Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, we are outside. I'm at Garden City, and this is so new to me. Like, I'm outside and people are literally staring at me, and it's making me really nervous. Like, everyone is staring and it's making me feel like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, it's more of getting out of my comfort zone and actually doing something different. So I really need to get out of my head and stop. Yes, people are literally staring, but I also need to get out of my head and be like, okay, Sawa, what if they're staring? Like, I'm here to create content because I want to go back to doing my own thing fully, because hello, I lost my job. So anyway, I hope you guys have been okay. I think I'm just going to like go straight into it because I also feel like I need to get this over and done with and get out of here, because oh my gosh, people are literally staring. And then where I'm seated is where, like, you see behind Garden City, like where when someone is driving, where they usually like drive in, like behind Garden City. So like people while coming in are literally seeing me and literally staring. Anyways, I'm going to go just straight into it. So the date is 29th May, and I think I'm going to like go back a little bit to that weekend, the weekend of 27th and 28th. I had a really restful weekend. Like, you see, like one of those weekends you like didn't go out, you're just like in the house, just chilling. I had a really restful weekend and I was really optimistic for the week, like now the week for 29th May. So the company I was working for is owned by a couple, and also I was a content creator. The content creator was a new position for them because they opened it last year, 2022, but I had been working with them for 3 years, but the content creator position was new. So on Monday, the 29th of May, the wife came into the office and called me and also the training team. So apparently she wanted us to do inventory on equipment, because content creator, that was me, and the training team, we are the ones who have like a lot of equipment. So for me, I was game. I was like, that is kawaida, that is, you know, that is protocol, that is normal. So like nothing looked out of the ordinary, you know. So me, I was like, okay, sawa. So we did that like the whole day, like inventory, but actually I'm the one who started like inventory. So I did that like the whole day. And then once I finished, the HR came to the office, and then when she came to the office, she called me in such a low tone, and then she was like, Michelle, can you come for a minute? So I was like, okay, sawa. And then when I went and then found the wife there, I was like, okay, something is definitely wrong here. But I was like, you know, like you start like questioning yourself, and then okay, like, do I have any disciplinary issue? Is there anything wrong? And then I was like, no, I'm okay. Like, so I sat down, and then when I sat down, I could feel the mood is kind of you know, you can just like read a room and be like, okay, something is definitely not okay here. And then when the HR started speaking, she told me, Michelle, I'm sorry, but we will not be renewing your contract. And then like it came out of, okay, sawa, I knew that my contract is supposed to be renewed on 1st July, but nowhere in my head had it hit me that my contract cannot be renewed. Okay, sawa, it was a fixed contract for 1 year, and then, you know, they always renewed it like annually. So like in my head, it never like hit me, no, they can't renew it. So when she told me that, like, I think my mind went blank for a minute, and I feel like right now it was so dramatic, because when she said that, I just stared outside the window and I was like, for a minute, because in my head now I was like, okay, now I'm jobless. How am I going to afford my lifestyle? How am I going to pay my rent? Like, that is what was going through my head. Like, my head was spiraling at the minute. And then when she told me that, they gave me like a document they wanted me to sign, but honestly I felt like I wasn't functioning at that moment. I wasn't functioning, so I didn't sign at the moment because I really needed to like get that information in my head. So I asked for an envelope, and then when they gave me an envelope, I had to like put the document in there. And imagine when I went back to the office with the other guys, like I was so jovial, I was so jubilant. I was like, I didn't tell anybody what I was just told. Like, I just felt like, and also I think like the first person I wanted to tell was my mom and my shosho. So like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, yes, it was a shock because it's like a loss per se. So I went back to the office. I'm having a really good time with everybody else. I'm laughing, I'm making jokes. Mind you, I'm from the HR's office being told that I'm jobless, but here I am laughing, and even we went home. But then again, when I got home, that's when now I called my mom. And then when I called my mom, I told her, oh no, this has happened. I don't have a job. How am I supposed to survive in Nairobi without a job? Mi naona nitarudi ushago. I'm really trying not to use Swahili because I noticed like there's some people who are not from Kenya who watch this channel. But it's going to be in there somewhere. So I told her mi naona nitarudi ushago, and then I told her all that, and then her reaction was really, it's not something I expected, because she was like, you too, that is something so small, I even expected like something out of this world. That is something so small. We are going to deal with it now. Haurudi ushago. And then I called my shosho, and then my shosho as well. Like, they were so supportive. Because I think I was losing my mind, because I was like, oh my god. Because you see, like, negative thoughts had already like started creeping up on me and making me feel like, okay, sawa, you're jobless, itabidi umerudi ushago, juu unafanya nini Nairobi na hauna kazi. Like, negativity was killing me at the moment. And then I think now when I went to my house is when it hit me that, oh gosh, what just happened? Like, what the fuck just happened? And I sat there. Before I even called my mom and shosho, I first sat there and I was just thinking, like, doing math. Am I able to like pay rent for 3 months? These are things that you hear with other people when people say that they're laid off and you're supposed to like have rent for 3 months. So that is the kind of math I was doing. But at the same time, I felt like my whole body was numb. For real. I just and then, okay, so when the HR told me, she told me that my last day was going to be Tuesday. She told me on Monday, and then she told me that my last day is Tuesday. But at the same time, their notice was June, but I wasn't expected to like go into the office. So on Tuesday was actually more of handing over, which I did. And then like in the morning of Tuesday when I arrived, I was so, oh my gosh, I was so vibrant, like, Nisawa, I got really scared because I'm not sure what the future holds for me. I got scared, but at the same time I felt some form of relief and some form of freedom. You see, like how like a bird is released out of a cage. Honestly, that's how I felt. So on Tuesday I went to work. I was full of energy, my guys. I was full of psych. Like, you wouldn't say I'm unemployed. So Tuesday came, went to the office, and we're just there, banter, nini, chitty chatty. And then, okay, just a minute.